or they're really, you don't find them newsworthy.
These are people who freeze moments to capture spirits. They are ever ready to give us their visual points of view and take us to places we can never reach. They use the visual language that is widely understood by all walks of life. Through photojournalists, we are able to visually follow events of courage, conflicts, disasters, happiness, and sorrow. We had an opportunity to chat with some of them.
When you go out, you see children starving.
I was so helpless. There's nothing that I could have done. And here I was. You know, it's so bad that you're seeing people suffering. There's nothing that you can do about it.
After the day, you reflect. It comes automatically about what you've covered and what you've seen.
The next thing I heard was a bang. I don't know what really happened. I found myself on the ground. It was a sewage.
The people who really suffer when covering very hard news, things like riots, demonstrations.
I tried to look up. I see this guy. He's grabbing onto my camera, pulling it. I tried to explain to him who I am, but I think the blood on my face got him scared. Because when that bang came, I understand it was a bullet.
I found bodies lying scattered all over the road. And there is this part that still lingers in my mind.
We're beginning to realize that actually the people who work in the media, they're real people with real feelings, real emotions.
Yeah, as a normal human being, you actually, you get the flashbacks, but it's something that you have to learn to live with it.
I took a photo of a city council as guys as they were getting hold of some woman. I hadn't seen that they were nearby me. And before I knew, there was a slap. I was slapped, I was on the floor and they were busy kicking me. And well, that was an experience that taught me a lot.
It would be a good idea to have counseling and such like things.
You see, the cameras that we use today, if you want a good camera, you have to spend over 100,000. Over 100,000. Where are you going to get that over 100,000 if you're working for a media that does not even pay you well?
It was the initiative of this freelance photojournalist that first broke out the news about the link of the US presidential hopeful Barack Obama to the world.
Smile. Look at this.
His namesake Baraka solely boarded a matatu from Kisumu and traveled to Siaya in search of Obama's roots. But the introduction to the news item on that day, the newscaster introduced a story saying that their crew traveled to Siaya to trace Obama's relatives.
He's a reporter who gives you and tells you what he wants. So you really wonder, how does he know the kind of shots?
The reporter assumes that he or she knows everything. The cameraman is just like a toolbox.
I don't think they do appreciate what we do, what we go through to bring those images for them to have a look at. I don't think they do appreciate.
Unlike their rivals who occupy several floors and own state-of-the-art printing machines, most of these publications are located in downtown section of the city. They are known as the alternative media.
I don't alarm people. I alarm those in the government. Just a section, maybe 2% of Kenyans. Even not 2%, 0.2%.
They try as much as possible to survive against all odds, and they publish what the mainstream media can't touch. We met Mburu Wamushoki, who is the publisher of the independent newspaper, a day after his release from prison. He was jailed for criminal libel.
They raided here. They took 15,000 copies on a Saturday morning. Then they charged me again that I'm publishing without a board.
Although the case itself had anomalies, the irony is that the local media did not carry the story the day he was sent to prison. They only did that when publishing the concerns of the international human rights groups about the sentence.
When you are sued over libel by the thief, the owners of proof
using the media to prove that so-and-so is a thief, is corrupt. And it's not easy to prove. In fact, courts would even demand documentary evidence, which makes it very hard for the media to operate, because much of corrupt practices are undertaken under the table.
Communities have been edged out by what is commonly referred to as the mainstream media. It started as women's projects, but it has now developed to be the only community FM station in the country so far.
Mimi naweza kutangaza kila kitu, naweza kuandika news, kupokea wageni, kuandika programs.
I came here when I was very green in issues concerning journalism. I got the basic in journalism here.
Broadcasting at 89.1, Radio Mangelete has so far proven to be a successful community project. Traders, farmers, herders and housewives have been trained in radio journalism and are now in control of the Kibwezi airwaves.
We are trying to solve these issues of divorces, women and the divorce, women and the leadership.
All the volunteers here have undergone training on matters pertaining to journalism, audience research, radio production, management.
Tunaelimisha mambo ya ukulima, mambo ya ufugaji.
This is a tool that is meant to help the poor to actually start discussing on how they can alleviate their poverty.
It is evident that the media has failed to take social responsibility, and now their main interest is profit and profit alone.
Airtime is a property of the public.
They are holding those airwaves as trustees of the public.
It has to be used in a way that it benefits, it adds value to the rights of people in Kenya.
The media will only cover where the council is coming to crowbar us.
Frequently, whenever we take our problem or we highlight our problem to them, they don't respond.
You have to arrange for transport for them. You have to make follow-up calls apart from the press releases that you do.